Okay, so this video is going to go through the install of the software we're going to need for the database class. It works on a Mac, it works on a PC. The program that we're going to install is called XAMPP. Let me do a Google search for you. I don't think I've used Safari so far. I'm going to use Safari for this. If I type in download XAMPP, I'm going to get to, let's see. We want to get it from Apache Friends, so it should say Apache Friends at the top. And let me make this bigger. There we go. Notice that it works on Windows, Linux, Mac, works on everything. Has a bunch of add-ins and stuff. You don't need any of that stuff. All we need is the base. And now you might be going, oh, what in the world is that? XAMPP stands for Apache, MySQL, PHP, and Perl. It's a local database server that runs on everything. That is a good development environment, and if you watch the video on it, if you're bored, you can go through the website and read all about it. This is the program, XAMPP. You already have it on that computer. If you're borrowing one of the Macs, or if you can't get it to work on your computer, I have like a dozen MacBooks that have it pre-installed. So you don't have to do anything. You're already pre-installed. And your password is a return. Yeah, okay. If you don't have a Mac, if you don't have it installed yet, what you're going to do is hit the download. Find the one for your computer, whether you have 32 or 64-bit. If you're on a Mac, I see a lot of Macs here, which is good. It doesn't matter which version you get. I have this one. I have 5527 on there on mine. It doesn't really matter what you have. You click on the little link, it'll send it to your downloads, download folder, a little DMG file. The install is extremely easy. I'm going to stop the install because you guys are probably on the same Wi-Fi system. It might take a few minutes to install. If you want to start your download, don't worry, we're not going to use it till after lunch. So you have the entire lunch hour to troubleshoot your install. And we'll make sure we can get that fixed so that everybody's up and running. But let me tell you how to get started. Well, first thing you want to do is download it. If you're on a Windows machine, you're going to download the Windows version of it, obviously. The interface is going to look slightly different. Huh? I don't believe, for Windows? Are you on a Windows machine? Okay. It is supported. I think you probably, I don't see it coming up on my screen. Let's go here, Windows. I think it's the same. I think you have to load the 32 on the 60. It's a virtual machine emulator, so I'm pretty sure it'll work. The 32 will probably work on your 64. I personally have never tried to install it on a Windows machine. I am fairly certain that it will work. When we cut for the break, I'll have to look at your computer and see. My system isn't going to bring it up because I'm on a Mac. And it's not going to give me all the Windows options. It's only going to give me most of the Mac and I mean, I'm surprised it actually does. So maybe I am looking at it. If you go through the, let's just see. Let's just search it this way. Windows 64-bit, 64-byte. Here is a download for 64. I don't know, I'm going to have to troubleshoot this a little bit later. I think it says 3232 in here. We'll figure it out. I'll figure it out in a few minutes. If you are on a Mac, that's the no-brainer. The Mac is going to have, it only has a 64-bit on the Mac. Which I'm looking around the room, most of your computers are 64-bit. I don't think anyone's got a 30. You'd have to have a really old system. Even your system's new enough. So you don't have to download it, you already got it. So this is where you're going to get it from. What are you going to get when you do this? You're going to get this little icon. I put it in here. Let me shut it now. Close the application, yes. I put the icon in my dock right here. And it looks like a little wheel. Or if you have it on your computer, it's going to look like this guy down here. Mine says Manager OS X on it. When I load it up, I have to give it my system password, admin, my user account. And then it loads up this little window here. And the little window looks like that. And we have a little button in the middle that says Manage Servers. And you see I have an Apache web server, a MySQL database, and this will be interesting to see if this actually works with my recording software. If you have a firewall on your computer and you're in a Windows system, you probably want to disable that because you might actually have a problem. Or if you're running Skype on your computer. If I'm running Skype with the Mac, it has issues. Oh, it started. That's good. If Apache starts, then MySQL will start. But I'm running a recording, iShowU recording software on there, so this will be interesting to see if it works. So, oh, no, it works. Good, good, good. The two we're going to use for this class is called Apache Apache server and MySQL database. MySQL database, I'm going to show you in a few minutes, is the database that works in Apache. Your web's out there. Your web pages you go to, the entire internet is Apache. And so you can write, and the PHP and the Perl are the scripting languages you can use with the database to write some pretty good applications. In this class, we're going to focus on the database functionality. And then after lunch, because I know half of you don't have it installed yet, we'll start in. But let me show you, I'll give you a little example of what's in here. So now that I have it started, I'm going to go back to the welcome. And I'm going to hit this top, and it says go to applications. If I go to applications, this page is actually written in PHP. And don't worry about following along. I'm going to repeat this after lunch. But we have a PHP My Admin link under Tools on the left-hand side. And it opens up a little database interface. MySQL is a server-side database that's running in an Apache server that's being emulated on my computer. So everything is happening on my computer. But it looks like the same application and the same stuff that runs from web servers. So if you learn how to navigate this and you actually start working with databases for a web development company or something, the tools are the same. Most likely you'll be using PHP My Admin, most likely you'll be using MySQL. It's one of the most popular databases for internet development, internet database applications. So what we're going to do, and let me just show you, I have Sophia on here. This was the last class. I just taught this database class not too long ago. It's a repeat of the same class. So, actually, I can show you this is what we're going to do. We're going to create this database here that has these tables in it. And this, for example, is bookings. If I click on bookings and I look at the structure of the table, I say I have hotels and dates and rooms, and I have a guest table in here. Don't worry about all this abstraction at this point. The structure here says name. So as an example, is there data in here? Well, let's find out. There's a little query window. So remember those queries we were just looking at. Let me make this a little bit bigger. Let me zoom in so you can see what I'm typing. I'm going to run a query like what we just looked at from guess. And I'm going to select names. So I'm going to type in select name from form guess. This is going to give me all the names that are in guess. And I'm going to come down here. I'm going to go through this after lunch, but I just want to preview this for you. There's a little go button here. If I press the go button, oops. And let me take this, put this back down to normal. I don't know what happened to my results. Probably on another screen. Select name from guess. Go. Oops, what did I do? There's an error. Select name from guess. I misspelled something. Sophia guess doesn't exist. Oh, probably because I misspelled it. How about guessed instead of guess? There we go. John Smith is in there. So I got John Smith that came out of it. So the results of the query show up below. It's more graphical. A little bit more graphical. So if I said, well, we're going to run through some commands and you'll see how the commands work. But the commands are run in the SQL window. So it's, what is this? Select star from guess. If I select star from guess, I get guess number G111, name John Smith, location London, or address is London. So we're going to create, after lunch, we're going to create a database object. And then we're going to stick tables. We're going to create tables and put them inside of the object. And then we're going to run queries on it. And hopefully by the time we're done running the queries and doing everything, I'll have a better understanding about how SQL is used and how we are manipulating the data with that. So what I want to do now is make sure that we get all up and running. So let me stop this for a second. Oh, actually, let me stop the recording.